But I design sculpture, toys, housewares, whatever I can think of for manufacture by 3D printing. What this is it's being sold as a Christmas ornament, and it's a miniature version of a light fixture, which is about 9 inches in diameter and has a halogen bulb in the center. It's a sculpture design that I made, and then I was asked to contribute a lighting design to these people who were starting a line of designer lamps for manufacture by 3D printing. And they decided they're going to start a design house and make exciting lamps, and they did. And they actually achieved a good deal of success with them. This lamp design was one of Time magazine's 100 most influential objects in, I think, 2007. One thing that's telling is that there's still no short description of what I do. I design geometrical sculpture for 3D printing. There's no short tagline that explains that. It's still hard to explain. And the other interesting side of it has been, of course, the business model side. The fact that I'm now sitting at home being a designer and stuff is being manufactured on my behalf in facilities that I don't even know where they are. I don't even know what a right use agreement is going to cover that. It's not quite retail, it's not quite royalty. So we're kind of forging new IP territory with this stuff. 3D printing, which had been around as an expensive thing available to large companies, suddenly began to hit the street in the form of cheap, crappy concept models. So I went out and bought some cornstarch models printed by Corp, which was then a brand new company. My first invoices from them were handwritten, and took them to a bronze foundry and said, let's pretend this is wax and do lost wax casting on it. And this was one of the things that I was able to make that way. And suddenly, wow, bing. I couldn't make that by hand, but I could suddenly make all these things using 3D printing. So then I had two problems, and one was to convince 3D printing companies that they wanted to manufacture for artists, because they were thinking of themselves as aerospace, engineering, manufacturing companies. Medical also was big, but nobody was thinking about taking a few $100 from somebody like me to make a piece of art. The other problem was that I had convinced actual human beings that they wanted to buy these things. And the hybrid process of 3D printing to lost wax casting turned out neither of those things worked out well. They were too expensive, you can't sell them. So again, more years pass. The next thing that happens is that metal printing, direct metal 3D printing, is invented. Now we're up to 203, the first parts of these. And now it's possible to actually print things on a 3D printer in steel. And again, I have the same two problems. Luckily, customers go for this. I put these on the internet and instantly people buy them.